Hey guys, still right here back again with another review, and today we're having a look at the Marvel Legends Vulture Wave Build-A-Figure Vulture. Now, I just want to talk about something real quick here. This guy was in my recent edition of Shit Overlord Says, and that's because he's kind of talked about as being a ripoff, all that stuff. While I do agree to that to some extent, I don't feel as if this isn't enough plastic to quote-unquote make a Build-A-Figure. If they really wanted to get our money, they would have broke this guy up into several pieces. One figure come with both of his arms, one figure come with one of his legs, the other leg, and then the torso with the head. They could have really milked this wave. And maybe got us a few characters we wanted, like Mysterio and Prowler and Demo Goblin and maybe another freaking symbiote. But they're supposed to release those, so I can't give them crap for that right now. Either way, I would have preferred a classic Vulture, but given the fact that this is the current one, I'm not gonna snub it just yet. I think it is one of the best movie figures Hasbro's ever made, just due to the sculpt and detail and size. I mean, here's Tom Holland next to him. And you can see he's no slouch. I think the only way they could have made this figure better is including a Michael Keaton head and some fists instead of these grabby hands. He doesn't have any accessories. Why does he need those? I would have preferred open hands, so you could at least grab this guy by the neck, which I guess you could do. As long as the thumb isn't connected to the... I guess you could fudge it and try that if you heated him up. But Tom Holland here is definitely smaller than he is. Expected. But the figure itself, before we get into the wings, I just want to look at him. Look at the detail on this figure. This thing is flipping amazing. The only downside is he's not all in one package. That's my only gripe. If you just want the Vulture, if for some reason you don't want the amazing Moon Knight in the crappy costume, or Tombstone, or the Beetle, the best figures of the way outside of Spider-Man, then you kind of gotta go on the secondary market and buy all the pieces, and that's a pain in the ass. So I say they should have just made this guy, I guess, Walmart exclusive. They got the Falcon, right? They could have made this guy a Walmart exclusive or whatever exclusive, and they could have maybe charged $40 for it. And then they could have gave us a different figure as the BAF. And maybe instead of including Vulture here, they could have included a movie Shocker, because I know Shocker's supposed to be in the movie. So that kind of sucks, but at the same time, you take what you can get. But articulation on the Vulture himself, he's got really good articulation in the head. This is just a ball peg. He can look up, he can look down. He's got a tilt, lots of tilt, and look side to side. Get him to look down quite a decent amount with the hinge, and then you can also get him to look up with the hinge. So you do get a lot out of the head. The ab crunch, you get one click forward. My only gripe with this figure, peg hole should be up here. right here. This area is nice and flat too, so I don't know why they didn't do that. But I guess whatever. He's got a waist swivel. His shoulders will move out, back in. The shoulders are a little loose for my taste. He's got a swivel in the shoulder as well. Bicep swivel. Double jointed elbows. Swivel at the wrist with a hinge. Again, he's got the open hands. I wish he didn't. Hips move out a decent amount for an old fart. Forward, back, thigh cut, double joint at the knee. Really doesn't want to go. Alright, that's about. You can't really get too much out of that. And then he's got a hinge in the foot with a rocker joint. And his ankles are kind of loose, and so are his hips because of the wings. But the stand here, if you put the stand like this, is fine. Because his legs will splay out and sit flat on the floor with this little piece in between them. Kind of adds some stability to it. The wings themselves look really, really nice. Just expanding them. So we can look at the articulation. This piece here is on a swivel right up here. And also has a hinge so he can flap his wings. And then this piece is on a hinge. And these pieces on the back here are on a hinge as well. And then this piece can move in, down like this, and then also rotates. So you can flip it, you can have it this way, or you can have it this way. I prefer this way. So that's that. And then the wings, I think it's like a, what is it, 20-inch wingspan on this dude? I think. It's pretty close to that. I mean, 6 inches. This dude's probably a 7-inch figure. I'd say it's a good 20 inches. It's almost 3 vultures long. 3 vulture figures long. But you see this here, this is the peg that goes into his back. So I'm just going to attach this off camera quick because it's not a hard thing to do. And then there you go. You're going to want to bring his wings in one click. I say click, but it's more like a pop, I suppose. And yeah, that's as far as I can go with that. He can stand without the stand, but I recommend you use the stand just so he doesn't loosen in the hips over time, and then you won't be able to pose him without the wings, which would suck. So use the stand, pose at your own risk, I suppose. Whack the camera. But he is much more stable with the stand than without it. So the Vulture here, I think I'm going to give him a 10 out of 10. Easy, because he is, like I said, the best movie figure, one of the best. Him and the Hulkbuster and Black Panther, Doctor Strange, and the Spider-Man, probably my favorites right now. The Iron Man from Civil War and Captain America from Winter Soldier, those are probably next up. I almost have top 10 movie figures. Can you believe it? The world is coming to an end. And the new Star-Lord's actually halfway decent too, so. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed this review, and until next time, I will catch you guys later with what? I have no idea. So, catch you guys later.